Hey Slayers, what's up? It's your girl Tiana, aka the Swagslayer from you know where, swagslayer.com. Soon there'll be a book over there. I'm still working on it. Be patient with me, but it should pre-sell in February and fully launch in March. Today, I have my lovely co-host Rhonda from the Pink Diva Studios and Crystal from the Brick Wall Shop. Hi ladies, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Awesome, I'm fabulous. It is Thursday, which I thought was Friday, and then I remembered it was Thursday, but I'm still good. So, Crystal, tell the Slayers a little bit about yourself and how you started reselling.
Okay, so my name is Crystal. I started reselling almost 2.5 years ago. My husband is active duty military and he's gone a whole lot. And I have two little ones, and it's really hard sometimes to find daycare. You know, and moving all the time, it can be hard. So I just had my second daughter, and I had all these maternity clothes that I had spent a good amount of money on, and I was like, I'm not just going to donate them. So I started selling them. And then I was up late one night looking on YouTube and found ways that I could source more stuff to sell online.
Nice.
And that's how I'm here. So
nice. I love it. I think we all start off just with our own things. Like every story here is like, well, I was just trying to get rid of some stuff in my house. And then we got big, by that reselling bug. And we were like, yes, how much are they paying for stuff I've already used? I need more of this stuff. And so then we look around or ask our friends or however we come across our new inventory to then resell. Yeah. So when you first started reselling, what is the first platform you started on, Crystal?
I started on Poshmark.
Poshmark, yes. Poshmark is so simple for clothes selling, especially for a newbie. You snap a couple pics, you put in the size, you hit list, and bam, it's live, ready for somebody to buy. So yeah, Poshmark is big.
You don't have to worry about shipping. You
just
print the label, find a box from free.
Yes. It really is free to start on Poshmark. You can get the tape for free, you get the boxes for free. It's your own stuff already, so that you've already paid for that and use it, so it's free. Yes, I love it. Yeah. But now there is the new app, Flyp, where if you don't have it in your house, you can still get it sent to you for free. Amazing.
I love Flyp.
Yes.
I started on Flyp back last April, shortly after they started.
Yes.
And I've done fairly well.
Yeah. And that is the thing, because they turn one on February 12th, if I remember correctly. They're so brand new. So you started in April, like on the ground floor, because I'm new to Flyp. I can't keep up with time. November, I think. So tell us how you heard about the Flyp app.
So I saw somebody said something about it in a Facebook group. I searched for it. I couldn't really find anything. I was like, there's got to be some catch to this. Like, you can just get free inventory. You don't pay anything. What's the catch? So I signed up and I got accepted almost immediately because I don't think a lot of people knew about it and they were processing it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I applied for a couple lots. I got them. And I'm like, what's the catch here? Like,
you're still waiting.
I'm still waiting. What's the catch? But there's no catch because you don't pay for the stuff to get shipped to you.
Right.
Flyp pays for it. So it comes to you, you photograph it, you list it wherever it is that you sell, and then you tell the client how much you're willing to take for a commission. You agree to that before they accept you, and like I just sold this Gucci wallet. It wasn't listed, but maybe a week for $225.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yay, Crystal.
Yeah, I was like, and I paid nothing for it.
So break that down for us on how that's going to work commission-wise. Well, if you want to share that,
Okay, let me I have to do the math, but So it sold for $225, which means, and I do 50%.
Okay.
I take, and the Poshmark fees are taken out of my commission. So if it was $225, Poshmark takes their cut, and then I paid the client. I made $67.50.
Nice.
So
for something you didn't even pay for, so you had no money into it.
Right,
the time to list it was it.
Yep. Yeah,
nice.
That was it. So, and I sent
it a week later.
Yeah, a week later, and I sent it in a free box. I don't know, my labels cost me 5 cents.
Yes.
A piece, something like that. So that was it. And if stuff doesn't sell out of a lot that I got, I send it back. So it doesn't take up room for 90 days. Like I store it for 90 days, and then if it doesn't sell, I get rid of it, send it back.
Yes, very nice.
Now, is that really? I'm sorry, Tiana. Is that an easy transition to go ahead and you keep it for 90 days? If it does something out there doesn't sell or whatever, then you send it back. So is it pretty simple to return it?
Yeah, Flyp just sends you a label, and they send it back, and they send you a label. You print up the label. I keep the stuff in the box the person sent it to me in, so that I can keep everything separate, and then I still have a box. I just package it back up and send it back to them.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to know if the process was fairly simple. If they go ahead, and I think that's a smart idea to keep whatever they shipped it to you in, so you could just reuse that. So you're reusing, boxes, materials, and things like that, and they just you print out the label and you send it on back. I think that's awesome. Now, I know I'm taking over, Tiana.
We have a question. No, that's fine. We do have a question. I just want to make sure we don't miss it. So Consignment Chats is asking, can you buy it out as well instead of returning it, Crystal?
So you can. So you talk to the client. You can either buy it outright from them, which I'm sure most of them would accept unless they think somebody else could sell it for more than what you're going to buy it for. You can offer to donate it or ship it back. So yeah. Or you can even say, like, I still think I can sell these things. Give me 30 more days. So you could extend it.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I forgot my question, so go ahead.
That's right. I set it at 90 days. That seems to be the norm for everybody, but you could do less or more.
Nice. That is good to know. Sorry, Rhonda. I just didn't want to lose the comment.
Oh, no, that's perfectly all right, girl. It's a senior moment, Charlie. It'll come back.
So you're saying, Crystal, it seems like the pro seller, because I am a pro seller, but I'm new, and that's why we are going to you, because you're the pro seller, where it seems that people just do the 90 days, and if for whatever reason it doesn't sell, they offer either to send it back or to donate it. Have you offered to buy out the items before, or have you not personally done that?
I have not. I've only offered to send it back because that's just easier for me. If I haven't sold it in 90 days, especially if I haven't gotten a lot of interest in something, I don't want to take that chance. And that's why I like Flyp, is there's really no risk.
Yes. Yes, that is
that
very
makes
true.
sense. Because if you haven't sold it in 90 days, why buy it and think that you're going to sell it, after that? I mean, you just have you're just creating another death pile.
Exactly. Although it's not a death pile because it's already listed, but
but I mean,
more stuff I'm having to store, and why keep it when I could get fresh inventory from Flyp?
Right. And that makes more sense to me. I think I would just always constantly flip it over. Consignment Chats has a question.
Yes. She wants to know, how do you track your track outside of Flyp? So, like, I guess, how do you keep up with it outside of the Flyp app?
As far as what, like, I mean, I keep track of it all within Flyp. Like when I list, it has in the app, it tells you what you have, what each item is that you have from that person. Then once it sells, I let the person know that it sold. I just click a button saying that it sold. And then once I get paid, I click a button to pay them.
So the app basically tracks it for you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't do anything special outside of that stuff. Besides what I do in the app, I don't do anything else.
Nice. Good to know. Because I know Rhonda was saying, like, you keep it 90 days. Rhonda says that she would probably do the same thing. I haven't had this opportunity yet, but depending on probably what it is, I would probably opt to keep it a little bit longer to then try to sell it, because even in my own closet, I do have a 60% sell-through rate, but sometimes it does take a longer to sell. And I talked to other consigners who will keep, like, their original contract is to have the item for 6 months. And so before I knew about Flyp, I was trying to figure out, well, can I consign other people's stuff in my closet? And that kind of was the consensus, that people would keep the items for about 6 months. So just because I was doing research before I had ever heard of Flyp, I kind of already have in my mind that 6 months might be a good place to put it. And then when I looked at my own inventory that I sell, that's kind of the cycle, that 3 to 6 month cycle. Things after 6 months, probably, but definitely right in that, because I sell things right around 5 month range, like olive blue for the listing price, no offer. It's so weird. It happens to me all the time. I'm like, what? So I think that's a good, that you have that option to extend it if you like, but if you don't want to, you can return it to the customer. You know what? Go ahead.
And you can, when you're bidding on something, you can tell them, like, I'd like 6 months to sell it. So you can do that. When I first started, I was moving from LA to Atlanta, and I knew I was like, I need to get rid of the stuff in 90 days. So I didn't want to move it with me. So I was like, okay, I'll do 90 days. And then later found out that that's the norm of what most people do.
Gotcha.
So, and those first couple lots, I've learned a lot since then on how to pick my lots.
Yes.
And, I sold stuff. I didn't make as much as I thought I would make, but, I learned a few lessons.
Yes, of course. I mean, and it's trial and error to figure out it's something brand new. You're like, okay, what do I do? What don't I do? What works best for me? Because, I see lots in there, and there's some that I just don't bid on because they're not going to fit the client that comes to my Poshmark closet. And then, of course, I cross list the 8 other places, but we'll just stick with Posh. I sell more sneakers, Nike, Converse, Adidas, T-shirts, jewelry, and then like accessories. So the lots that I've been on are mainly sneakers and streetwear, because all that other stuff, yes, it may sell, but it's going to be a onesie, twosie here or there. And I really want to try to get something cohesive to try to sell through their entire lot in hopes to not send anything back. Like I said, I'm still new. I haven't even gotten to that point yet.
So they do have, and I think James mentioned, they do have a new matching system.
Yes. Tell us about that.
So I did try it out, like, because it went live during your live. So I did try it out so that I would know about it, so that when we chatted, it is a nice system. So it told me I had been matched with somebody. I looked at it, and it was the stuff. It was similar to lots that I had previously sold, and it did say that the person sold that they had premium and luxury items.
Okay.
And I think that's because I've been with them for a little while. And also, if you're new, it's an easier way to get a lot.
Yes.
Than competing. You're not competing against anybody. So I did get, they were shoes and handbags, because that's what I prefer.
Yes.
I do sell clothes, but those are my preferences now. So I applied, and then the next day, it's the same process. You get matched. You fill out the same form as far as how long, your percentage, and how
your
much you're going to
estimates.
sell. Right. So then that person basically accepts or declines, and if they decline, then it gets matched with someone else. But he doesn't have anybody else to look at. It happened to be a male. He didn't have anybody else's bids
Right,
to look at.
right.
It was
So they see one bid at a time now instead of multiple.
right.
Oh, yeah.
So he's
I think
looking
that would
at
work out better.
Yeah. So he's
Yeah.
looking at mine saying like, okay, yeah, that I'll take that. Versus, he could look at it and be like, that's way too low. I don't want that, and decline it, and then have to wait and see what else he gets.
Yes.
So.
Thanks, Wendy.
That's what we're all about when they're off topic. We can go off topic real fast.
Yes. It only stays like this for a little bit. So I'm glad y'all loving it, because in a while it'll be very different.
We want it to stay.
But this costs money. So
that's all right.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going to ask a question. Now I'm totally distracted. Oh, okay. So this was, go ahead.
Consignment Chat just said she's going to watch one of my unboxings. I have a few of them on there. I have one way back from, I think, around April, May last year when I did my first. So.
Nice. And I think those are fun too, to see what you're getting in the Flyp box, because someone who doesn't have the app, they don't see them. And so they keep hearing us talking about them. So it's good to kind of see like, oh, this is what you're really getting. Because like James was saying on Monday, it's not a mystery box. The pro seller does get to see what they're gonna get. So it's not just like, here's a box of stuff. You know what you're gonna get. And that's an awesome thing. So that's what I liked about it, that, they don't take all the pictures, but they do take pictures of what they have. They describe it, tell you the size, the brand, and all that fun stuff. So I know, okay, yes, this will fit for me, or no, this won't fit for me. And I like that. So it makes it super simple.
It's nice to, yes, you don't get all the pictures and you can't authenticate things through the pictures, but you at least have an idea of what you're getting, what you can make. Now, granted, I haven't had this experience, but I do know other people have, of not getting things in the exact condition, which if it's not the condition they say, you can send it back.
Right.
Like if you're like, yeah, they said it's like new, and this is
like not so new.
Right. It's like, doesn't look good. I'm not selling this. Like that's not what I sell. I'm not selling that,
Yeah.
Or you can say like, hey, this isn't the condition I expected. I can't sell it for what I told you I can sell it for. It's going to be less. So
yes. And Flyp does encourage that you communicate with the client. So the more communication, that way the client has realistic expectations, and then so no one's surprised. Everyone knows what's going on. And I think for any good relationship, because you're really building relationships when you're consigning someone's items, communication is key. I was going to ask you, so you still can go in and apply for lots. Because I haven't done it since. Well, did I do it after? No, because I haven't been matched with anybody yet. So no, I haven't done it since the matching. So you can still go and look at the lots and apply like normal, or you have to.
I don't think so. I think you just get matched and you can apply for those. But then they will show you what other lots have been posted. But you can't
so you can still see the posted ones.
But I don't think you can apply for those.
Got it. That's good to know, because it's so new. I mean, it just happened Monday and today is Thursday. So we are figuring it out.
And I got matched, I think, Tuesday morning, because I think there might have been some glitches Monday because it was just released. I got matched Tuesday, got accepted yesterday.
Got it.
So,
nice.
It's like some good stuff, but they're not a lot of names that I know of, but they're high end. I think this person must be European, because it looks like all European stuff that's high end.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that there are people here that know of it and are willing to pay a pretty penny. But I did. I did lowball my numbers.
Now, do the lots vary in, by that I mean, you do have a lot more luxury items. Do you get a little bread and butter? You get a little mixture?
So there's a variety of different types of lots. There's like fast fashion, there's premium, and there's luxury. They are picky though about what brands.
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay.
They don't take like say Target or Old Navy.
Forever 21. They don't even take the Loft. They don't take Banana Republic. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, so they only select certain brands.
Right. And somebody actually looks at each lot at Flyp before they release it. And they do try to somewhat authenticate things. Like if they think something's questionable, they'll ask the person to send them receipts or proof that it's authentic. But you still need to like make sure yourself.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. See, this is why they need me to work with them so that I can guide them into plus sizes and what brands to get.
Listen, Flyp, if y'all are listening, Rhonda is again pitching herself.
They do get Torrid. I did see a Torrid lot on there one time. So there are.
I mean, I'm all about Torrid, but I know people, I am one of those people. I love to wear Torrid and I love to sell Torrid. But, oh my God, it's just not the only plus size, it's just not the only plus size brand.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'm not.
Thank you, Terry.
I'm not
about my hair. Apparently my hair is on fleek today. Thank you.
Yes. I'm telling you, it's thebomb.com. You need to keep it that way. We'll talk about that later because we don't want to get sidetracked.
To make it look like it's the bomb also. I don't know about the .com part, but yes. So, with that being said, with the brands that they don't take, because I believe there's like a brand list. I remember researching it before I signed up. I like to read and know what's going on first. But there's like a whole list of things that they don't accept because, of course, trying to split the commission on something you sold for $10 is not going to be worth it for the pro seller or the client. Right. So they do try to do middle and up brands. That way the commission split is beneficial for both parties. So that is good to know up front that they're not going to, you can't just send in stuff that is $5. That's not going to work. So
right. They do try to keep the brands, the things that people are looking for at the bins.
Cool.
Or, wherever it is that you
are
thrifting.
Source at. Yeah.
So,
and everyone's bread and butter brand is different because I know some resellers, they can sell Target, Forever 21, H&M like hotcakes. It flies out of their closet. They make all their money just on those brands. It's insane. But again, their price point is lower. So if they had to split that money, it may not, be beneficial. So for the client to know, just list the ones that basically Flyp accepts and then figure out something else creative with the ones that Flyp doesn't accept, it kind of gives them an upfront, okay, these are the ones. And then I think if they put, I don't know if you even know, I want to say I talked to someone and they said, if you put brands in, like, because you were saying, Crystal, someone actually looks at each one. I guess like they'll come back and say, this is a brand we don't accept, even though it may not be on the not accept list. They'll still come back and say, because I guess they run the I don't know what they do behind the scenes at Flyp, but I'm assuming they look at it and it's a lower end. And so then they'll say, unfortunately, we don't accept this for whatever reason, XYZ. I don't know the lingo, but that's what somebody was saying to me that I guess sent their lot off because they were just trying to clean out their house. They're not a reseller. And so I think that's how it goes. Don't quote me. I'm just quoting what somebody else said about it. So.
Yeah, I know I have one client who I think she thinks I work for Flyp based on like her communication with me. And she's like, why don't you accept these brands? And I'm like, I
didn't even know.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this.
Right.
I was like, I don't look at this stuff. I just apply for the lots. And then she was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, so I have two more, I don't remember high-end items. She was like, can I add them to this lot? And I was like, I mean, I certainly will take those because I know those will sell well, because she's the one that I sold the Gucci wallet for. And I was like, I certainly would accept them, but I do know that their lot sizes are a minimum of 5 items.
Yeah, that's true.
So, because, they have to pay shipping and, who wants just 2 items from a person? And I'm like, well, I certainly would take those 2 items, but you need to contact customer service and ask them if you can add them to my lot. She was like, why can't you ask customer service? And I was like, okay, I will ask.
I can reach out. Yes.
Well, so okay, so since I don't know anything about Flyp except what I learned from James and you guys. So when there are lots available, I mean, is there a certain quantity? Is that what you're saying? Is there a quantity of the lots? How many, how I guess I'm trying to find out how many pieces are you getting?
So for me, they've ranged anywhere from 5 items to like, I think the largest one I think I have here is 13. I don't like to take big lots because I want to get them listed right away. And if I get 13, I can't list those like the day I get them, especially because my mail comes late and I want to get them listed like that day. So I think he told me up to 50 items in a lot you could have.
Oh, I've seen 50 something like when I was looking, because you know how it says the number and it says plus, and I was like, it was like 53 plus, and I was like, whoa, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that's a lot of stuff. I mean, for me, it wouldn't be too bad because I have a smaller closet, so I could break that down. I could do probably all the comps in one day, and the next day take pictures and list, X amount, because that would last me, a whole week to work on that 50. But so that would be, that would be great for me. Now, would I get 50? I don't know. Not to start, I wouldn't. I think I'd go with something smaller.
Yeah, dip your toe in.
Yeah, just kind of dipping the toe in, sister. I just don't need a whole bunch. That's a bit much. Again, Consignment Chaz has a question.
Have you had any issues?
Oh, go ahead.
With unrealistic expectations, I haven't. I do price my lots lower than what I expect to make, and I tell the clients that like this is what I think I can, like the minimum I think I can make. Maybe I could make more. Like because this was one of my most recent sales was the Gucci wallet. I put in my estimate that I could sell it for $100 to $150. And then I listed it for, I think, $300, and then I got an offer for $225, and I was like, that's more than what I told them I would sell it for. So, actually, I think I listed it for $350, and I got an offer for $225, and I'm like, that's more than what they were expecting for their entire lot, because the other stuff was, lower end items. So, I mean, I mostly bid on that lot for that wallet.
For the wallet.
Yes, and that was a good sale, though. I when I saw it earlier, I was like, "Oh, yay, Crystal, this is good." And I had no idea of what you had said you would sell it for to the customer. So, see, I didn't even know the back end of that. I'm just thinking, oh yes, this is hot right here.
I try to do low estimates because that way, if I sell something for a lot more, they're not disappointed.
Right.
Instead of saying like, oh no, I think I could sell this for $350, and then I got $150 for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, it comes back to that relationship because they trust you. And according, like when I was reading the email and when I talked to James on Monday, even with the matching, if somebody wants to work with you again, they can invite you, I guess, to their lot. And so then that way, they built that relationship. They're like, we trust your expertise. You'll be able to get it done. And so that helps because like I come from a background where I sold stuff. I sold life insurance for quite a while because I think it's totally important for you to have. I'm not going to get on my soapbox today. Y'all have heard it before, but get life insurance, get it for your children. Anyway, so we always were told, you know, to set the expectation here, but then deliver up here. And then that way no one felt, you know, any negative feelings. It was always a positive feeling. So I think that's smart of you to be realistic in your estimate, but not go too high. So if it does sell higher, they're even more pleased with your service.
Yeah, I go and I look at the low end of the comps for, you know, something similar, and that's what I base my price off when I tell them. But then I price it much higher and hope to sell it for more.
Well, especially on Posh, because someone's going to send you an offer. So yes.
Right. Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I try to lowball it so that when I sell it for more, they're happy.
Yes. And then did you connect all your platforms? And what other platforms are you on? Is it just Poshmark?
No, I do Macari. I do Facebook Marketplace. I do Tradesy. Sometimes Kitizen. But really, those are the main ones I do.
And then did you link all of them in your Flyp profile?
I did.
Nice.
And then
I think that's a great feature.
I even linked my Instagram and my YouTube channel.
Nice.
You can really link.
Oh, well, that's nice. I didn't know you could do all that.
Yeah, and then that way, like, they could click on my Instagram and see what kind of seller I am too.
Right.
But I have a presence on social media that I share their items sometimes on YouTube or Instagram. So
I think that's smart. I didn't think of that. It asked me to share, link my platform. So I just did that, but I didn't think about, I think that's very smart because then they get to know who you are as the pro seller because they really only have that chatty communication. They don't have anything else. So they get to know who you are when you link your social media and your YouTube. So that was definitely clever.
And I do share their items on Instagram and on YouTube, you know, most of the time. So I could make a sale there. So it is potentially a platform I'm selling on.
Yeah. And that makes sense.
So
great tip because I didn't even think of that.
I'm loving all that information about it. And, you know, because I am kind of interested in doing it or giving it a try, you know, whenever I decide to spend those coins over there for that phone. But
we still waiting on you at Clubhouse, Rhonda.
I think they're coming out on Android really soon.
They are working on an Android. So for sure.
They are. Because as James said, I always remind them, you know, I need something. But, you know, the whole thing about that, while I am excited to, you know, give it a try, I just want to have the merchandise available for me because seeing as though I only sell plus sizes, then, I mean, that's the only real way for me to be interested, you know, or being able to give it a try. True. So that's why, you know, I don't mean to be a pest when I ask. I just want to ask, you know, because the first time, of course, you brought him to the Zoom meeting. Right. And, you know, I asked then. So now that's been some months out. And so I decided to ask again because that's the only thing that I'm going to be interested in.
Yes. Yes. And I think
do you do shoes or handbags or anything else?
I am so trying to get away from that. I'm really trying to get away from handbags. I still have a few trickling in my closet that I'm gonna let go for the low. And you know, I do have a lot of heels still left in my closet. If I decide to do shoes, I really want to get more into maybe sneakers or, you know, some really cute summer type shoes and maybe sell that. But I'm not really trying to do the whole heel thing right now because people aren't buying those. I mean, I did sell a couple of pair. After I said I was going to remove them, then they decided, oh, well, no, I want to be sold. You know, but, you know, I don't know. It would have to just be a particular shoes for me.
I mean, I just think if you're doing plus sizes, people do need shoes and bags.
Well, they do need shoes. They do need shoes, and it depends. At this point, I'm just trying to like my closet again, Crystal. I'm just not gonna lie, because I was sick of it, and so now I've got some new inventory and things coming. So I'm adding new inventory. So hopefully, we'll be friends again.
And I think that's a good point. Like, you were getting tired of your closet. And with Flyp, even if they don't have sellers right now selling plus sizes, like Crystal was saying, shoes and handbags, because that still revamps your closet. You're still not committed to those items. Like, you're going to try to get them sold, but they're ultimately the client's items. You're going to, list them and share them and do that because you want the commission. But that gives also not only just yourself, but anyone listening, you get a chance to broaden the horizon on your closet, per se. You get a chance to add items to it that you may not have been able to source in your local area. And that's what I really like, because so many people live nowhere near a place with good stuff. They might live near a Goodwill, but they might not get anything worth anything at their Goodwill. And I've heard that before. It's like, my Goodwill literally has nothing I could sell. They're like, I can't give away the stuff at my Goodwill. So Flyp gives you the opportunity to be able to add to your thing. Like, and I even thought about selling some luxury brands. I'm not a luxury brand girl at all. I could be a quadrillionaire. I don't care. It needs to be comfortable and it needs to look good. That's all I care about.
Well, I'm only a luxury brand person when it comes to my handbags. Now, my handbags are a different thing because, that's an investment. And if I turn around and decide that I'm sick of that handbag, I can still make most of my money back on that luxury handbag.
Yes.
So that's where I tend to spend my money at, are luxury handbags for myself.
I put my bag on the floor, which everybody's like, but your purse is on the floor. I'm like, but it costs $10, so who cares? So like, but I can't get no $1,000 purse and put it on the floor. That is not. First of all, I can't leave a house with $1,000 purse because I would be paranoid the entire time. But that's not the point. Is
if I have $1,000 purse, I would have had to buy that on the low.
But then, what you on the streets of New York? The handlers who come by, who kind of run for the cops.
No, I need it to be real. So I would have to get it from the low from the real or Tradesy or something like that with a cute coupon attached. Because first of all, I don't have a use for $1,000 handbag. I'm just going to tell you like that. But to each his own, But if I came across a good deal for one, I would not pass it up.
Okay, I'm going to make my point, but real quick, because now you made me think of something else. Louis Vuitton came out with their light up travel bag, whatever they call. I don't know what they call it, because it's always got some fancy name that I'm like, seriously, this is an overnight bag, but they call it something fancy, but it lit up in like a rainbow of colors. And I was like, oh my God, I want this bag. I already knew that I wasn't gonna buy the bag, but of course I still looked it up. They had sold out like in most of the places. So then resellers were reselling them for $45,000. I don't even know the regular price. I'm sure it was still close to that, but I was like, for a bag that I have to charge? I can't remember to charge my cell phone. So anyway, the point.
And see, I think that's what gets me sometimes is that I see a lot of people reselling because I love Louis V and Dooney and Burke. So I go the high end, then I go kind of somewhere in the middle. But those are my two favorite, bags ever. But I think that what bothers me when they start selling Louis Vuitton, especially once you've gotten it. Now, I'm just saying this. I don't know. I've never found a Louis Vuitton at a bin. But from wherever they source it from, which I think are estate sales and auctions and things of that nature.
Yes.
And you buy it, and you buy it for the low, and then you come back and you don't even fix it up. You just want to sell it for the high. And I'm like, but you found this, but it's not. You didn't even try to fix it up. You didn't even try to repair it. You didn't try to do anything to it, and then you want somebody to pay $2,000 for it.
I don't know how to repair a purse, but on Flyp, the point I was trying to say is you do get a chance to have those different items because some people's closets are very curated.
Yes.
So to be able to add, because I was on there and they had these cute heels, some brand, I don't know, don't ask me, but they're very expensive, but they were adorable. Like almost for a split second, I almost did the application, but I was like, who am I kidding? First of all, I don't know the one thing about this brand, even like I could look up the comps, but it wouldn't be realistic. And I don't think it's fair to the client to have my because I don't have expertise in that area to I be the one to resell it. Because then when people start asking me questions, I don't know. I wear tennis shoes. But they were so beautiful. And so for someone who wears those brands or understands that brand and know how the market works for that brand, knowing that they size down because they're never the right size when they are high end, to know kind of what the fit is like, that is perfect for someone to be able to get that lot off of Flyp and then sell it for that client, and they both make a sizable amount of income from it. So I think that is so awesome that you have your hands on all kind of stuff that you would never be able to get in your local area. That's what I was trying to say. And then we got sidetracked.
Oh, yeah. And this goes back to having knowledge of things, again, how does it fit? Is it true to the size? Does it, fit larger, looser? Do I need to downsize? Do I need to upsize? I mean, those are things that you need to know about brands that you sell. Because I do it all the time with plus sizes, because this 3X doesn't fit like this 3X from Torrid, and then you have Woman Within. I mean, they're cut bigger. So those are things that you just kind of need to know. And I wouldn't even begin to try to say, oh well, yes, this lovely Anthropologie top it's a medium. And somebody would say, well, how does it fit? It's a medium.
Right.
That's all I would be able, that's all I could offer. I could look it up and see what the size chart was, but that's really not saying that's not helping. But I think a little knowledge in everything is key.
And I learned that when I first started selling, because I sold these high-end shoes. They were for the runway. They were gorgeous. They were really small. They were not my size. They were like a metallic blue. You can find them somewhere in my closet. I think they were Etro, maybe, I think is the brand. And I was so excited because they were $6. I was like, yes, they're so pretty. I didn't even know that they were high end. They were just so cute. So then when I got home and ran the comps, I was like, yes, right? So my customer bought them. She was so excited, But then when she got them, they didn't fit. And so she left me a rating that said I should have told her that they were like a size and a half smaller. But I didn't know that because I didn't know that brand like that. And so at that point, I just stopped selling stuff I didn't know about. Yeah.
I think that's the old thing. Sometimes you got to stick with what you know first and foremost. And then if you learn about other things later on, that's fine. But I think, sticking with, for me anyway, is key. Right. Now, I might want to learn about other things. I love learning about other smaller sizes, but I just don't want to sell them. But I may be able to answer a question because I've looked into it.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of us start with selling from our own closet. That's what you know.
Yes.
And then you expand and you learn about more. And I know, I've lived in areas where I'm sure the sourcing, I lived in LA when I started selling.
Yeah.
Apparently the sourcing is great there.
It is. That's what I heard.
That's what I've heard too.
Because, I started selling. I had a newborn and a 2-year-old and a husband that was away for weeks at a time. I was not dragging them to the bins.
Right.
So I've always done all my sourcing online. And then, COVID hit, and, I did venture out to some thrift stores occasionally when my husband was home, but to go to the bins, like I went once or twice to the bins where I was there, but because I needed to get the experience.
Yeah.
Know what everybody's talking about. But
right.
I
think I've only been to the bins once, and I probably would have gone more, but the Rona shut us down. So I haven't been. Yes, I haven't been back. But the one that I did go to, I was that was when I first started. So I was just grabbing a bunch of stuff because I thought it was cute, child. And that was a mistake. Yes. That was probably the first rule I would tell someone new.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you go to the bins, do not just pick up all the cute stuff.
Exactly.
Kind of know what you want to have, kind of know in your mind what you want to have.
Right.
So, because now when I go back, I know exactly what I'm looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I'm in Atlanta now, and there's no bins, but apparently there's a lot of great consignment shops. But I mean, I'm not venturing out right now.
Yeah.
I can get stuff from Flyp still and
yes,
other places online. And I mean, my husband's home all the time now. He doesn't ever leave the house. But
that's a cue, husband, if you're listening.
Well, I mean, he's going to school, and it's all online because of the Rona. I mean, we moved here for him to go to school, and he doesn't go to school. He does it in the next room over. So.
Oh my God! So he's on Rona lockdown.
Yeah, because the military is paying for him to go to school. So
right.
I know this is like off topic, but they're paying for him to go to school, and they moved us here for him to go to school here, and he doesn't. Right. He doesn't. We didn't have to move, but
basically, but you didn't know that at the time,
right? Because when I met you, you were actually like, I think when I met you, you were like 2 days away from driving and getting on the road to move.
Yeah.
And with the kids and everything.
Yep.
And I was just like, oh, bless her heart. She got the kids and she's got she's doing this long drive and oh my gosh. And
my husband was gone when I left.
Right.
He was like out to sea somewhere.
So with all that being said right now, how are you just kind of balancing everything out with reselling and the kids and the hubby, who's supposed to be at school? But
he's doing homework now and watching my youngest, and my oldest goes to school during the day now. So
oh, that's good.
I just have one at home during the day, and he's home and can help me somewhat.
Oh, well, that's always good. I mean, that's always good.
I went from him like never home to like never leaves.
Crystal, I'm sensing a little
That's why I said if he's listening, like he need to go for a walk or something. She need a minute.
It is nice that he's home all the time because I get a break now.
Yes.
And I can focus on doing more reselling, although I don't know, I have some months where I do a lot. And
well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you are you pretty consistent with everything, including, I mean, of course, this includes with Flyp and everything, but as a whole with reselling, have you been able to be really consistent, or do you just have moments, where you're like, okay, well, I'm feeling this, I'm into it, and then you have those moments like most of us do, eventually get like, ugh.
I mean, like I have months where like I get a lot of sales.
She said months.
No, I mean like, that month.
Oh, okay.
Really good, and I'm motivated and I do a lot, and then the next month not so great. So then I don't work as hard, but I mean I still consistently sell.
Yeah. And I think it's good that you say that, because there's some months you don't feel like doing it, because I was consistently listing 100 items a day. Not a day, a week.
Man, do you sleep?
Right. And then my child. Yeah, that's true. I don't sleep. 6 live shows on YouTube, 3 live shows on Clubhouse, a child, a husband, this book that I need to finish, but that's not the point. So then when I didn't feel like doing anything, my sales were still consistent because I had loaded my pipe. Like, you get a pipe and I put so much in on this end that when I was like, I don't feel like putting anything in here, it was still coming out on the other end. So I think that still works. It gives you a balance. Like you just list a few here or there when you feel like it, and then you ship them. But then when you're revved up, you just go, because that balances it out over the entire time. So yeah, I think that's smart to say and to, realize that sometimes you don't want to do anything, and that is okay. Sometimes you just want to sit on the couch with your kid and watch a movie. That's fine.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Sometimes those spurts do hit us. I mean, sometimes if I go, And then, it's like all of a sudden I wake up that morning and I'm like, I just don't want to do anything today. But that's why I had to evaluate how I was setting up my days. And now that I've set myself on a whole entirely different schedule, then, I'm not working past 5. Or 6. The 6 is my deadline. I mean, that's it. That's my little grace period. But after that, because I found myself working like continuously on something all day, even until late night, and I just was like, this is insane. I'm working smarter this year. I'm just not trying to work harder.
I know.
Yeah, I don't work past noon.
Oh yes, you make me
I work at night. I spend the day with my daughter doing whatever, occasionally my husband takes her during the day, but if I want to do something, but I spend my day being a mom. And my husband and I put the kids to bed. We have a conquer and divide and conquer thing with the kids. And once I get my child to bed, we split them up. He does one, I do one. Mine goes to bed earlier than his. So I put her to bed. She's asleep sometimes at 6:30.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And
6:30.
Then I do my work until either there's a few nights a week that my husband and I spend together. So I just do whatever for that hour until he puts his child to bed. They're both like
That's so funny. You take one, I take one.
Right.
Whoever goes
You're responsible
I'll
for this.
see you when yours goes to sleep.
Right. So once his child goes to sleep, then 3 nights a week we hang out and do our thing. So I only have an hour those nights.
Yeah.
And then the other nights he does his thing, I do my thing, and I will either spend more time working or watch trash TV or depending on the kind of day.
Right.
I love it. Watch trash TV. What kind of trash TV are we watching, Crystal?
Oh, I watch all kinds of trash. I just finished on Netflix Bling Empire.
Oh, that is on my list. Oh, that is on my list. Because just the clips crack me up. I'm just really?
You got one poor guy, and then the rest are like all these billionaire trust fund kids.
I don't watch TV like that, so if it's not a documentary, I'm not watching it. The last show I watched with my family, because I only watch TV with my husband because he's huge on TV. We watched The Hustler on Hulu. Okay, that was fun because it's like Clue. You got to figure out who the bad guy is. So it was interactive, so that was fun. But yeah, and I know this one down here is watching something bougie. I forget the name of it.
Well, so I was watching Bridgerton. Yes.
Yeah. See, no, I'm telling you, my husband and I will watch non-trash TV, like a series or a movie or a documentary. But when it's just me and I just want to veg out and I watch trash.
I just finished because like sometimes when I'm listing, I'll put up because this setup I have 2 computers and all this stuff, but I'll put on my tablet. I watched Blown Away. I don't know if you saw that. They're the glass blowing competition where they blow glass at the hot shop. Yeah, it's got 2 seasons.
I love that. You know what? We have a shop here where you can go in and do that. And actually, it was on my to-do list. But again, what happened?
Rona.
So I actually wanted to go for my birthday as part of my birthday weekend. But I really love watching that being done. That is just such an art.
It is.
It's amazing me how people do that. Here we go. We're off track.
Off track again. I do have one more question before we go because we do have a few more minutes. When you get a lot, how many lots can you get on Flyp as a seller?
So if you're a brand new seller, you can have up to 50 items.
Total. Okay.
Total. Then once you sell, I believe 10 items, then you can get up to 100. Don't quote me on these, but
okay,
they have like
they're tiers.
They have tiers, and once you sell a certain amount, like you can have up to 1,000 or 2,500 items.
Oh, that's crazy. I like that.
Wow.
I like that.
But you,
yeah.
But you can't right off the bat have
right. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I have 1,100 of my own items already, so
yeah. I'm working on. I had up to over 500. I'm actually working on downsizing because I found a new method of selling stuff faster and not having a lot of stuff.
Nice. I like that. I like that.
But
I'll be talking about that backstage.
Yeah.
Can't give all the secrets out here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I'm okay not being at the 1,000 range.
I am too, Crystal.
I want to keep. I'm at I think around 350, and I'd like to stay around 300 is my goal.
Yeah, that's where I started. But what I found and the only reason I built mine so big is when I don't want to list. Like this month, February, I'm not listing at all. I will not list the entire month because I got to finish this book. But my money will be the same because I have enough items. And so that's why I built my closet, because I never know what's going to happen in my life. And so if I can't get around to doing my stuff, I got to keep my income the same no matter what. So I was like, if I build it, it'll always be there. It might trickle down, but it'll always be there because I do like the 300. 300 is very comfortable. I like being at 350. But when something would go wrong and I couldn't keep listing, my money dramatically changed. So I was like, let me just build it and they will come. And it's been 9 months, 11 months. I have it written down that I've been tracking it. And so I was like, okay, so I try not to let it get under 1,000 on purpose just to keep that momentum. But I understand the space problem because all my stuff is offsite. I understand the stress of having that many items. If you don't want to deal with that, do not do it. I do think 300 to 400 is a nice, comfortable place to be.
And I am still making good money.
Of course.
And
you also sell high-end items.
But I haven't always. And I do sell, I have a lot of Target stuff. I bought a box of new with tag Target stuff and I sell a lot of it.
Yeah.
But, I also have several of each item. So even though one item sells, the number in my closet doesn't go down.
Because you have multiples. So, I love multiples.
Yeah. It's nice because I still have the same number in my closet. And
yes.
Yeah.
And you only listed it one time, but you have 10. Oh, that's magic. I love multiples. So I need to find a way to keep getting multiples because that's always my goal. Can I have multiple of the same thing? So
we can talk. I'll talk to you about because I only source online.
Yes.
So Me too.
So.
But yeah, I do have a question after we,
after. Okay, I thought. Did you have any other questions while we're live?
Well, no, I think that, we've people in the comments and myself, I think that we all learned a little bit more about Flyp from someone who sells, is selling on that platform. And, I think that it's a really great platform. Like I said, I am excited to try it. And, I'm just going to, I don't know, I'm going to take all these tips that you have and put them to use, hopefully.
Yes. And don't forget the link is in the bio. It's an affiliate link, but you can click it. I'm sure it's also at Crystal's page, Brick Wall Shop on Instagram. I'm sure it's in her I said link is in the bio. The link is in the description right here is what I meant to say. It's also in my bio, but I'm sure it's also in Crystal's bio on Instagram at Brick Wall Shop. So
and I also have some videos on YouTube at Brick Wall Shop with my unboxings and
yes, definitely check those out so you can kind of get an idea of what some of the merchandise looks like. So that's great. Check those out.
And then Crystal, do you have a show or anything else you want to promote? You can promote your YouTube again. Anything else that you want to promote? Now is the time, darling.
You can find me on YouTube. I have other ways that I source online and I have all those on there. I just bought a separate lot last night from somewhere else that I hope to get and post, which is something different.
I'm gonna have to tip over here to the YouTube channel.
And
I'm missing some stuff. Yeah, I'm missing some stuff.
Make sure you subscribe.
Oh, I will definitely subscribe. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone should subscribe to all of our YouTube channels.
Yes. They're the same names on the screens.
Yep.
So the same names on the screens.
Yes. Crystal, thank you so much for coming to drop knowledge on us as the pro seller over at Flyp, to letting us ask questions and figure everything out. Rhonda, of course, my lovely co-host, thank you for being here today. Do not forget to be following Rhonda at the Pink Diva Studios on Instagram and YouTube, and make sure you're watching Brunch with Diva every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, we are both here weekdays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Swagslayer Talk. If there's something specific you'd like us to research, look up, or talk about, don't hesitate to DM me at Swagslayer Fashion. And then remember, Brittany and I from Brittany All Bossed Up are here on Wednesdays at 10:45 a.m. talking about what sold Wednesdays. Make sure you slay that subscription bell and the thumbs up, and we will see you tomorrow, Slayers. Bye.
Bye.